let's start predicting games here.
Okay.
This is a little fun segment that we added last week, and we're just going to keep this going. At some point, if anybody wants to be on this show, hit us up, and we'll have you on for the prediction segment. And you can make your predictions right alongside us, and if you beat us, maybe we'll come up with some sort of prize for you. I don't know. This is episode 5, so we're still episode 6, so we're still kind of trying to figure out how this whole thing works.
All right, let's start with the game that's going on right now. Fuck it. What if the I know this podcast is gonna come out after this game is over.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Give me the Giants comeback in this game.
Wow.
I think the Giants will come back in this game. I'm calling on Giants comeback. I'm calling on Giant comeback. What quarter are we in right now?
Looks like Daniel Jones just ran 80 yards for a touchdown. Am I reading that right?
Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, look at that. I did not see that. I swear to God. I did not see that. Because last time I checked, they were losing.
The Giants are winning.
By the way,
actually,
you know that Daniel Jones leads? He leads the Giants in rushing.
Wow.
Daniel Jones.
Because he got an 8-yard run. And Saquon Barkley's hurt.
Before this game.
Oh.
How do you let a quarterback, how do you let White Mike lead you in rushing?
Oh, my God. Dude, this whole division, everything is just an example of pure and utter trash. You know what, though?
Trash.
Before I saw what just happened, I was actually about to agree with you because it was 10-7 Giants. And I was Giants were going to come back and win this game. So I'll go ahead and put us both down for the Giants on this game. Real quick, I just learned I can do this. I can share the screen, and I'm actually going to do this. And you can see I'm using this website called Playoff Predictors. It's by this guy named Ray Lenhoff. And
awesome.
Basically, have you ever used the ESPN playoff machine, Thomas, just to try to see, what scenarios could happen to make the playoffs?
Oh yeah, sometimes. Yeah, trust me, I did it last year when I was like, the Browns can make the playoffs if this.
Yeah, if this and this happens, right? But this is basically you can do it throughout the entire year, and the guy does it for free. He's not sponsoring me or anything. I just, I really appreciate his work. I don't have any money to donate to it. So this is my thank you for putting out such a great product here. So we're going to go. So Thomas, you said you're picking the Giants to win this game. And as we can currently see, it is still the third quarter. So this prediction still sort of counts. And also the Giants were losing when we thought the Giants were losing when we both made this prediction. So if the Giants win, I'm going to count this one as legitimate. I'm not going to show my screen because I've actually already made my predictions, and I want to wait not to spoil anything. So, yeah. So we got that. Stop share. Okay, so then let's move on to the next game. We got the Bills and the Jets. Who do you think is going to win that game?
Bills and the Jets. Give me the Bills, obviously. Jets are trash.
Yeah, I don't think this one's difficult at all. We are both picking the Bills to win this game because we're not complete morons. So here you can see that Bills are the team to pick here. All right, so we got the let's say the AFC North games till later. The Ravens are on bye this week, by the way. So we will not be predicting a game for them. So the Chiefs and the Broncos. I think this one's pretty obvious, just like the Bills and Jets.
Yeah, Chiefs, move on. Don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about it, man. Don't even overthink of it. If you are an idiot who think that you're gonna bet on, if you want to put money down on the Broncos, hey, I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna put $100 down on them. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put a penny on the Broncos. You know that homeless dude that you walk past the street and was asking you for money? He was like, nope, it's in my moral. Give him that dollar before you bet on the Broncos. Don't waste money like that.
Exactly.
Don't waste money on the Broncos, dude.
You got a 95% better chance of that guy you're giving money to doing something good with it than you do of the Broncos beating the Chiefs. It's just not going to
I
happen.
have a better chance
And
of
I'm
hooking up with
sorry
Allison
to one of my favorite YouTubers, Brandon Perna, who's a big Broncos fan. Y'all about to get smashed this week. And, then again, I thought you were going to get smashed by the Patriots. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I'm probably not. So give me the Chiefs this week easily. Next we got Jaguars and Chargers. What do you think, Tommy?
Shoot, you go first.
Okay, well, so my thought process on this is, first of all, the Jaguars keep burning me. So as much as I like Garner Minshew, as much as I like, some of the, I think the Jaguars are a little bit better than people think they are. But at the end of the day, the Jaguars have just been, proving me wrong after proving me wrong after proving me wrong. Every week so far, I've been picking them, and they're not winning. So, and then you got the Chargers. I was a big Justin Herbert doubter going into the draft. He's been playing well. I think he's going to come back down to earth at some point, because that was his whole thing at Oregon, is he has these, he has like a big game here and there. But, for the most part, he's really inconsistent and has a tendency to go like super inaccurate and get in his own head and stuff like that. But I think right now I'll take the Herbert momentum, and I will definitely take against the lack of Jaguars momentum, and I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers in this one, especially since they're playing at home, which for them.
Yeah, I want to go with Justin Herbert too, and the Chargers.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go the opposite way. I think that they got a rookie running back in Austin Eckler. I really like Eckler. I think that he had a lot of potential. I think that him and Herbert are going to grow together.
Yep.
I think this is a stepping stone game, and I think Minshew is going to take a step back again. Give me the Chargers. Real quick side thought, by the way. I just want to ask you a question about the Giants. I don't want to Daniel Jones, right? What if Daniel Jones is a playoff quarterback?
What do you mean?
Get rid of Daniel Jones?
The Giants make the playoffs?
Yeah, look, if they make the playoffs, they get home field advantage.
Dude, what a track!
They win that division.
Do you remember
they
back
get
in
home field advantage. Do
you remember back in 2010 when
Seattle Seahawks?
Yeah, when the Seahawks made the playoffs because they won the NFC West at 7-9. Back when the NFC West was trash, then they actually won their first playoff game against the New Orleans Saints because they were hosting it in Seattle because had that advantage. And there was that that was when Beastquake happened, and Marshawn Lynch just went nuts on the Saints. And I swear to God, because I seriously think we could see a 6-10 division winner in the NFC East this year, if not even maybe a 5-11 division winner. And if that happens and they win a game, I think we're talking division realignment pretty soon, because that's ridiculous. You're going to trigger something.
I think. Well, yeah. Well, I think I'm very patient with these young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones haven't really played. I mean, he hasn't played 16 games yet, have you?
No.
So I mean, like a quarterback that haven't played 16 games, I don't think you can evaluate a quarterback after under 30 games, especially a young one. So I think that he still have a lot of time to grow. So who knows how Daniel Jones? I'm not saying Daniel Jones is going to be the next coming. I'm just saying,
well,
keep an eye on him.
He didn't play 16 games last year. He has played, I think.
I'm sorry.
He's played 19 total games in his career, but he only started 12 games last year.
Okay, there you go. He haven't started 16 games yet.
Yeah. So next game we got the Packers and Texans. To me, this one's once again really obvious. Now the Packers did just get demolished by the Buccaneers last week. That notwithstanding, the Texans are not the Buccaneers. We got Aaron Rodgers has been having a really good season so far. That Green Bay defense didn't look great against the Buccaneers, but other than that, they've looked not top of the line, but they look pretty good. To me, this one is going to be the Packers. I don't see the Texans having much of any chance right now. Give me the Packers.
We talk about teams bouncing back and going with the Packers. Houston looks like they're still trying to find themselves after losing their coach, after the coach firing pretty much. And there's just a lot of drama going with that franchise right now. I don't think that they have the willpower or the firepower to beat Packers. Give me the Packers.
I don't think
Aaron
so.
Rodgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So next we got the Patriots and the 49ers. I'll let you go first on this one.
I want 49ers. I think the 49ers are starting to get there. They're starting to get some momentum back. They're starting to get some confidence back. And not only that, San Francisco needs this game more than New England. I mean, I know New England are 2-3 right now. I know New England's 2-3 right now, but I don't think it's going to be. I think they might win a couple games down the road, but I don't think it's going to be this game. I think Jimmy Garoppolo's back, so he looks good. Give me the 49ers all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you. For the first time this week here, Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't think moves the needle very much for me for the 49ers. Obviously, because, the 49ers did better than expected while he was out. You got the Patriots who are coming off some disappointing games, arguably partially due to the whole, COVID problem, I think. And then I'm going to disagree with you again. I think the Patriots desperately need this game because they're 2-3 right now. They've got they're behind the Bills in the standings, and they're behind the Dolphins, who are on bye this week. So right now, the Patriots are the number 3 team in the AFC East, and
wow,
that just to me it seems unsustainable when you got Bill Belichick as your coach. I think this we're going to have a Sunday night game, and I think the Patriots are going to be way more prepared than the 49ers for this particular game. Personally, give me the Patriots. But since on this screen here, we're doing your predictions, I'm going to go ahead over here, and I'm going to click on the 49ers because that's what you picked. But me personally, I'm picking the Patriots. But you're not. So 49ers for you, Patriots for me. So next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, also on Sunday night. Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders, which to me still feels kind of weird to say, but honestly, it's got kind of a nice ring to it. It hasn't been like with a lot of these other relocations where it just like it sounds to me. It still sounds wrong to say like Los Angeles Chargers. It doesn't feel right, even though they've been there for a little while now. And even the Rams, I grew up with the St. Louis Rams. And I know the Los Angeles Rams were a team for a very long time, but it still feels kind of weird to me to say Los Angeles Rams, but it does not feel weird at all to say Las Vegas Raiders, at least as far as like how the name rolls off the tongue. It feels right for them. Las Vegas seems like the place for them. However, Tom Brady's on a roll. That Buccaneers defense is on a roll. And I don't see the Raiders coming off of a bye week, even though they had a big game beating the Chiefs the last time they played. But coming off a bye week and the Buccaneers having the kind of momentum they have, I'm going to pick the Buccaneers here. What do you think?
Well, give me the Buccaneers. Don't overthink it. Give me the Buccaneers. Nobody knows how to utilize those weapons better than Tom Brady. Tom Brady's doing a great job at it. Oh my God. I think that we might have had a benching in Philadelphia.
What?
No, wait, hold up. No. Nope, I jumped the gun. No, yep, I am correct. Hurts in that quarterback.
Yes. Well,
it's a temporary thing. Is he in there? Yes, I think they realized that Carson Wentz is finally trash.
Yeah, I don't.
He looks fast. Ooh, he just got banged. He just got
no.
That
Okay,
goes crazy.
Because what Philadelphia's been doing this year with Jalen Hurts is they've been bringing him in every once in a while to do like wildcat formations and stuff like that. So I think you're going to see Wentz go back.
I got excited. I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun. I got too excited too early.
Yeah, I don't think as much as Carson Wentz I think deserves to be benched. I don't think he is, and I
Don't
think
bench Carson Wentz until after y'all play the Browns Eagles.
I would say
Let the
that
Browns play them.
apparently we couldn't even beat Carson Wentz. We got half a win out of it. What a joke. Okay, so anyway,
let me stop talking about this game. Sorry.
We got the Lions and Falcons next. Two not so great teams, but the Lions are kind of on a momentum roll right now, if you could really even call it that. But what do you think, Thomas?
Ooh, dang, these two bad teams again. Dang, it's like, all right, give me the Lions this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with the Lions.
Yep.
I just don't think that there's something off about Atlanta this year. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's wrong with Atlanta this year, but give me the Lions. Give me Matthew Stafford, and Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Excuse me, for me are pretty much like I think Matt Ryan is better than Matthew Stafford, but not by that much for real, honestly. So give me the Lions.
I'm not sure if I would agree with that. I think Matt Stafford gets doesn't get enough credit for how actually pretty good of a quarterback he is. But the Lions are such trash around him. But I agree. I think the Lions are the hot team right now out of the two teams because they've been doing pretty decent in recent weeks. And I think the Falcons, especially that defense, is just an absolute train wreck. They fired Dan Quinn, but it didn't seem to have the same effect for them that it had for the Texans when the Texans fired Bill O'Brien, and then they came out the next week and did pretty decently. But I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think the Lions are the hot team. I have no faith in the Falcons right now. They look awful. They look like you questioned. I think what was it? Was it our last episode or the episode before? I think it was the last episode after Browns lost the Steelers pretty badly, and you had that whole rant about do y'all got heart? Well, I don't care as much about the Falcons as you care about the Browns, obviously. But I have the same question. Do they have any heart? I don't. I haven't seen it. They
don't get desire to wake up off the bed, man. That team is dead.
They look like they're going through the motions.
Who they blow that league to? Who they blow that league to?
Cowboys.
Yeah, they blew that league to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys ended their whole career. Like the Cowboys, bro.
Yeah, the Cowboys aren't doing any good either. That was back before Dak got hurt, though. So
but Dak Prescott ended the entire Atlanta. Yeah. Like that was devastating. Shoot, first time Brady ended y'all. Now Dak Prescott came in and finished the deal. Y'all dead.
So speaking of the Cowboys, we've got the battle of the backup quarterbacks. My boy Andy Dalton, who made me look like an idiot, going up against a fellow Kyle in Kyle Allen. Yeah, I think Alex Smith should be starting, but I guess Ron Rivera Ron Rivera is more familiar with Kyle Allen, and I think Kyle Allen's a little bit more familiar with that Ron Rivera system. I think that's why Kyle Allen's starting, not necessarily because he's better than Alex Smith, but because Alex Smith isn't so much better than Kyle Allen that it makes up for the fact that he doesn't know the system nearly as well. I think we could see Alex Smith starting eventually because Kyle Allen moves the needle exactly zero. But I think for now you're going to see Kyle Allen rolling until Alex Smith is really truly back to form. So Cowboys traveling to Washington to play the football team. Who do you got, Thomas?
Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys. It's just I think that Andy Dalton, his first game, first in new system. Mike McCarthy, you're just proving that you're trash. You just had a lot of talent. So Mike McCarthy, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that about you yet, but Mike McCarthy doesn't look like a good match with Dallas. But at the same time, I just don't feel like Andy Dalton had a chance um, to really feel what it's like to be a Cowboy yet. And I
Yeah.
think that he's probably learning that offense and learning those receivers. And I just think that he's just put in a hard situation. But I think that after having a week to digest who he's playing with to get in rhythm with receivers, I think this is going to be a bounce back game for him.
Well, you know what? I think Andy Dalton knows exactly what it's like to be a Cowboy. And you know why? Because I apologize, Andy. I love you. I know you're not watching, but if by some miracle you are watching, I'm sorry. I love you, but you are mediocre, just like the Cowboys. Um, and this is not a 4:25 p.m. game, which is when Andy Dalton statistically always has his best games. So I'm going to go with the Washington football team here. I think Ron Rivera. I don't think the team has hardly any talent, but I think Ron Rivera is pretty good at galvanizing them into playing as good as they can. I think I think that Cowboys defense is trash. I don't think Andy Dalton does enough for that team to get them any farther over where they're already at. Um, for me, I'm going to disagree with you, Thomas. I am going to go with the Washington football team. But
All
the
right.
screen earlier, we are. So I am coming over here and marking the Cowboys because that's who Thomas picked. But I did not. I picked the Washington football team. But it's good to disagree because otherwise, what would be the point of this? Otherwise, we could just be like, yeah, I agree. You're so right, man. And then that would just be boring.
That would be boring.
Yeah. So next we got the Panthers and the
Ooh.
Saints. We got the old man, the future Hall of Famer Drew Brees going up against Teddy Bridgewater, who has miraculously resurrected his career as a starter in the NFL after a devastating leg injury that kind of reminds me of Alex Smith. The difference being Alex Smith was much older when it happened. Um, Not that it wasn't devastating for Teddy Bridgewater because he was supposed to be like the next big thing, and then that didn't happen, and it took him a while to get back to form. But he's a starter now, and he's going up against his old team in the New Orleans Saints. Who do you got, Thomas?
Robbie Anderson looked good, has been looking really good. Mike Davis has been doing a great job of filling in for the injured Christian McCaffrey. Teddy Bridgewater has been doing great with this system that Matt Rule, the Baylor coach, has brought in. There's so much to like about this Panther team, but 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 the Saints, man, they started off with a kind of like a slow start, and week 5 is when the great teams start to rise to the top. These week 5 is when the great teams who started off slow start to get back in rhythm. I still think the Saints are a great team. I still think the Saints are an elite team. I think the Saints are one of the best teams in the league. I think that the Panthers are going to put up a good fight. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I'm going to go with the Saints.
That's fair. I definitely think the Saints are definitely a good team, but at the end of the day, I really like what Matt Rule's building over there in Carolina. Like you said, I think some of those weapons, um, you know, Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson. I think Teddy Bridgewater's playing well. I know I picked them last week to beat the Bears, and once again, the Bears just I don't know how they're doing it, but they're winning. They're doing it. But I don't know. I got this good feeling about the Panthers. I'm going to pick them again this week.
I do too, but I just don't want to see. I just have trouble betting against Drew Brees. That's my problem.
Fair enough.
I just have trouble betting against Drew
Well,
Brees.
you see, I did for the most part this year, but Drew Brees just hasn't been Drew Brees this year, from what I've seen.
Yeah,
It hasn't been the same level of just they're going to win because they got Drew Brees. This is not a 13-2. This is not a 13-3 team because Drew Brees is there. This is a team that is probably going to make the playoffs, but I don't think that they're going to be competing too hard with the Buccaneers for the division title. Like I said, give me the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to use this to really kind of catapult themselves into that playoff conversation after a lot of people counted him out of it early on, but like I said, give me Matt Rule and give me Teddy Bridgewater. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks going to the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday night, maybe. It's definitely a Sunday afternoon or night game, one of the two. So you got Russell Wilson playing out of his mind. Probably the league MVP right now. If the season ended now, my vote would go to Russell Wilson. And then you got Kyler Murray, who is not been leading the Cardinals to quite as much success as some speculated, but leading them to much more success than they had last year. They're 4-2 right now. They're second in the NFC West. And the Cardinals look like a team that could beat anybody. They aren't going to beat everybody, but they could beat anybody. But for me, Russell Wilson's the MVP. And I think most of my analysis just kind of ends there. Give me Russ. Seahawks are going to win this game.
Give me the Seahawks, man. Give me the Seahawks all the way. That defense, how confident they've been. Like you said, Russell Wilson's MVP, Antonio Brown's knocking on the door. Man, the Seahawks, that's a scary team. That is a very scary team. And that's the only team that I think that can legitimately beat. Ooh. But yeah, give me the Seahawks. But also, keep an eye on Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray last game, even though they won big last game, Kyler Murray only went 9 for 24. You complete 9 passes. 2 of them were touchdowns, but you complete 9 passes against Dallas. So yeah. Give me the Seahawks.
You know what? Actually, as you're talking about Kyler Murray just now, I think I'm actually going to switch my pick. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. It was kind of a lazy analysis I just did about the Seahawks just now, and the more I think about it, the more I think the Cardinals are. I don't know if the Cardinals are necessarily the better team than the Seahawks right now, but I do think Kyler Murray and that team as a whole, I think they're playing well enough that I think they could probably split with Seattle this year. And I think if they're going to split any game, it's going to be the one they play at home in their own stadium. So I'm going to change my pick. I think give me the Cardinals this week over the Seahawks.
Now what it is about Kyler Murray though. Kyler Murray is a big play artist. Like he is great at making big plays.
Right.
He's electric. He's fast. He's quick. He can, you don't think he is as fast as he is, but that little dude's fast. And
well,
he got a little bit of arm
so much.
He got an arm on him, man. That bomb to Christian Kirk, woo, man. He got a little bit of arm. He's electric. He surprises you, and he finds ways to win games.
And that right there is why they gave up on Josh Rosen after 1 year.
Yeah,
because they had the opportunity to go get Kyler Murray.
Yeah, when you see, thing is that when you look at there's some players that have the ability just to find a way to win. Players who have the ability to find a way, like you might look at the stats, you'd be like, all right, that's one thing, but you watch them in the game, they make the right plays to win games. That's what Kyler Murray does. Kyler Murray always finds ways to win games.
Are you changing your pick as well?
I am not changing my pick. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
You're still picking the Seahawks.
I meant to say I like Kyler Murray.
Okay.
I like him a lot. I have a lot of confidence in him, but I'm going with the Seahawks.
All right.
Give me Russell Wilson.
Our last game of the week is going to be Monday night, and it's going to be the Chicago Bears, the much better than I think anybody expected Chicago Bears. Definitely much better than I expected. They are still absolutely dominating. I believe the record is 5-1 right now, and I really don't think it should be. They should have lost a lot of those games, but they didn't. They won, and they're 5-1. So they are going to Los Angeles to play the Los Angeles Rams, who are currently 4-2. And Aaron Donald's a beast, but I think, perhaps the Rams might be kind of like the Bears. The Rams might be a little over – their record might be a little bit better than the actual quality of their actual team is. I think that's mostly just Aaron Donald playing as well as he's playing, and Sean McVay coaching up a storm. That said, out of these two teams, give me Aaron Donald terrorizing Nick Foles. I'm going to go with the LA Rams getting the win at home over the Bears and catapulting themselves to 5-2. How about you?
Bears have been playing very well. The Bears have been playing very well. You cannot dispute how well the Bears have been playing. And I'm very tempted on picking the Bears, but you know what? I want to agree with you. I want to go with the Rams this game. I just think that they might be playing over their heads a little bit. But you know, I think Jared Goff due for a big game. So give me the Rams.
All right. All right. So then we got that gives us 2 games left because we save the AFC North games for the end, but there's only 2 AFC North games this year because this week. There's only 2 AFC North games this week because the Ravens are on bye and the Bengals and Browns play each other. So let's start with the game that this whole episode is not dedicated to, and the Steelers and Titans. I got to be honest. The Steelers, I have to give them credit. They are still undefeated despite in my opinion, not really playing like an undefeated team the first, however many weeks, the first 4 weeks playing against, I feel, not so great teams and not really performing that great against them, playing well defensively, but just, really kind of barely finishing games and give them credit for winning. But I felt that they were not as good as their record indicated. But then they put a hurting on the Browns last week, and I still think the Browns are a good football team. So, I got to give them credit. But, this is correct me if I'm wrong. I believe these are definitely the last 2 undefeated teams left in the AFC, and 2 of the 3 undefeated teams left in the NFL. The other being the Seattle Seahawks. So yeah, you got 2 undefeated teams. I think my biggest thing about this is, the Tennessee Titans, they don't feel like they should be as good as they are because, the Titans went like 9-7 last year and they snuck into the playoffs. But in reality, they were 9-7 because they were terrible when Marcus Mariota was quarterback. Since Ryan Tannehill has taken over, the Titans are 14-4, and that's including the playoffs. The Titans are 14-4, and Ryan Tannehill has statistically been comparable to Patrick Mahomes. Now, is he that talented? No, probably not.
Nope.
But statistically, he's comparable. So I think the Titans' offense, especially with Derrick Henry playing just unfairly. If somebody was playing against me like that in Madden, I'd be like, you got to be cheating somehow. Derrick Henry is playing in another universe right now, and that Titans offense is just humming. And the Steelers have a really good defense, but I think this is really going to be the test for their defense to see, can they slow? If they can slow down the Titans offense, I don't know who's going to top the Steelers. I think the Titans defense is good enough to slow down the Steelers offense. So personally, give me the Titans.
The Steelers' strength is the Titans' strength. So one got to give. Man, Derrick Henry, bro. Derrick Henry, like you said, he's playing on another level. Derrick Henry might be the best running back in the NFL right now. And I hate to say that because I'm a Nick Chubb fan. But when you talk about pure running, it's just physically, he gets better and better every year.
Yeah.
And it's so impressive just to watch him just get better and better. And he is just, players are just bouncing off of him. He's just so big. He's a bully, man. But the Steelers defense is tough. This is a tough game for me to pick. It's a very tough game for me to pick. I want to go Titans so bad. I want to pick the Titans so bad because that Steelers defense is nasty, though. They're quick. They're fast. But, you know what? I'm going to go with the Titans. Give me the Titans. Give me the Titans. Yes, give me the Titans. Because, Devin Bush is hurt. They got some injuries. Yeah. Give me the Titans.
I think personally, I think that's the right pick. Even I wasn't even thinking about Devin Bush, but
Help me out, Derrick Henry.
I think Derrick Henry is going to make a lot of those Steelers players look silly, and I think not having Devin Bush hurts, but it really only just confirms what I already thought was going to happen. So we're both picking the Titans, and then we get to the final and most important game to either me and Thomas this whole week, and probably the most important game of the year to this podcast because it is the only one of the Bengals Browns games that we actually got to cover for this podcast because the other one happened before we started doing this. So this is the Bengals and Browns, and you can probably guess who we're going to pick this week because I'm going to pick the Bengals, and I'll tell you why. Like I said earlier, I think Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow has that fire in him. I think the Bengals have been slowly, steadily improving every game. The way we played against the Colts last week, it was kind of the way it ended was definitely disappointing. But for the most part, through most of that game, we were winning, and we really should have pulled that off. We had the defense has been playing a lot better than expected, and I think there's going to be a lot of potential there to really get a lot of mistakes out of Baker Mayfield as long as we can contain Kareem Hunt, which we didn't do that great against the Browns running game in the last game. But there's no Nick Chubb this time. We just got to focus on one guy. And then as far as Baker Mayfield, it's just about getting him back in his own head, which doesn't seem that difficult to do right now. And then on offense, things are starting to click in certain spots. We didn't do too bad on offensive line play last time we played the Browns. So I don't know. I think I think it could be a close game, but I think at the end of the day, this is going to be one of those games that's going to start being the turning point for the Bengals to start going on a run and start kind of proving that the system that we're currently putting in place has payoff. So I'm picking the Bengals. I assume you're picking the Browns. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be a close game. I think the Browns, like I said, it's all about Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, I need you to have a big game this week. You let the Steelers make you their bitch. You and Baker Mayfield. Don't be the bitch of the Bengals. Don't do it, y'all. Don't become the Bengals bitch.
You're about to be.
I'm joking. Give me the Browns. I think Baker is going to have a bounce back game. He has to have a bounce back game. He has too much pressure. Baker Mayfield does a great job of responding to pressure. Give me the Browns.
All right. So as we found out last week, Thomas is much what at least was last week much better at predicting these games than I was. I did a pretty bad job. And I think I
want to say you did a bad job. You did a worse job than I did.
Well, okay, so you picked 9 games right. I picked 5 games right. So I forget, but I'm pretty sure our actual records last week were the polar reverse of each other. You picked 4 more games right than I did, and it was basically all of the games that we disagreed on.
Yep.
But I think we've got quite a few games that we disagree on this week, and I think I'm going to turn it around this week, but we shall see. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to share my screen again. You're going to see, so I've got both mine and Thomas's predictions up on this other screen. And as you can see, these are Thomas's picks right here. He's got Browns, Bills, Titans, Chiefs, Chargers, Packers, 49ers, Buccaneers, Giants, Lions, Cowboys, Saints, Seahawks, Rams winning. And then in this other tab, got my picks. Bengals, Bills, Titans, Chiefs, Chargers, Packers, Patriots, Buccaneers, Giants, Lions, football team, Panthers, Cardinals, Rams. So you can see there are some similarities, but definitely not the same. So me and Thomas are either going to be even further divided than we were before by him just absolutely destroying me this season, or I'm going to catch up this week. One of those two things is going to happen. I'm definitely hoping for the latter. But so anyway, that's we'll go back and review those predictions in the in Thursday's recap episode and see how we're doing from then. But I think let's go ahead.